What's going on, everybody? Mitch here, and I'm back with another video, and today we're taking a quick look at the new early access game, Days of War. Now, this is a game I kickstarted back in April. I think it was actually the last day of the Kickstarter that I actually ended up backing it. And I'll tell you exactly why I backed this game back then. I backed it back then because if you watched my videos and you've heard me talk about video games and first-person shooters, you know that I was really influenced by Day of Defeat early on in my life and in my video game playing life or career or whatever you want to call it. Like I said in the past, I even at one point played for a competitive team in Day of Defeat. I can't remember all the details, but I remember doing that, and it was a thing. I don't know if I was good. And what Days of War basically promised to be was Day of Defeat brought into the modern age, a rehashing of Day of Defeat, even better than what Source did for Day of Defeat. And ever since this game became playable in early builds, I wanted to talk about it, but unfortunately with NDAs, you can't exactly do that. But now that it's early access, I can, and I'm really excited about the potential for this game. But like I said, it is early access, and it's priced at $24.99, so $24.99. A little bit more about that later. It's kind of controversial price, but I'll talk through it, my opinions of it towards the end of the video. But let's talk about how the game is currently in its early access state. So I bought this game because I wanted a Day of Defeat brought into the modern day. And you know what? From what I've seen so far, I can say they've done that. They've made the maps feel like Day of Defeat maps, although they're a little bit bigger than the Day of Defeat maps, I guess, or they feel that way sometimes. They do have that fast action Day of Defeat kind of feel to them. You're not gonna go far for action. And when you get to the action, the gunplay is pretty good. I see a lot of people are complaining about the recoil on automatic weapons being a little bit too high. I kind of don't mind it. I can see where they're coming from, but I really don't mind it, and I'll tell you why. In Day of Defeat, if you have an automatic weapon, usually you stay pinpoint like a laser on your target for the most part. There's a little bit of recoil there, but it's pretty manageable. And I tell you how much I love Day of Defeat, but I suck at Day of Defeat now. I've tried to play it many a times, and at this point, I guess my reactions are not that good. So someone like me who loves playing FPSs, but maybe does not have the reaction time to be competitive all the time anymore, having a recoil on, especially the automatic weapons, is awesome, because if they miss their first shots, chances are if I have a bolt action rifle, I can only have to hit them once with that rifle, and they're down. So that helps bring bolt action rifles back into the fold. It's not just a class that's left sitting there. Actually, I see a lot more people using the rifles than the automatic rifles. It's pretty nice, except for the M1 carbine. That thing's a piece of crap in this game. So the game's really fun and it plays very well, but it's definitely early access, and some of the things stand out pretty fast on it that I'm sure they're gonna fix. And I mean, you just pay attention to their dev blogs. They are very active, even from the Kickstarter stage to now. I mean, they've gone through a lot of iterations for this. It's really nice to see them being active on this project. So with that caveat on, this is early access and there will be improvement. Let me talk about some of the negatives in my eyes, at least. One, graphically, the game looks pretty good for the most part. The biggest thing I have a complaint about is not so much about as far as improving the graphics, it's having a balanced graphics setting. And what I mean by that is currently you can click on, I believe it's dust, weather, and lighting effects. You can turn those on or off. If you want to be competitive in this game, never turn them on. Hopefully I'm showing you on screen now the difference between what it looks like without them and with them. If you have them on, you're going to be obscured from your target in some cases. So that's not something you want. You want to have something that balances out. If someone wants to play with a pretty game, they have that option without being at a tactical disadvantage. So that's one thing I look forward to being fixed in the future. There's only two other things that really get my goat on this one. Obviously, we'd like to see more maps and things like that. It's early access. That stuff is coming. It's being rolled out. I mean, it's just been released as of this video being released onto YouTube for like 4 or 5 days. I mean, give them time. They haven't done anything yet to show me they're not going to fix it. The two things I want to nitpick on is, the first one is, these are really small, but they're things, is the map. It is really hard to tell where you are on the map. You can see where your friendly forces are, your friends, very easy because they're in red, but you're in this like gray icon thing that blends in with everything on the map. So that's a pain in the butt. And then also the objectives are really hard to see on the map unless you blow it up. The mini map is next to useless in your corner, so I mean, fix that, please. make the objectives super huge like they're in Day Defeat, please, and just get that out of the way. I mean, we're basically making a better Day Defeat. Take the good things from it at least. So that's one really nitpicky thing. The next one, and you know how I am with sound, is the sound. I want the sound to be perfect here, man. Well, I mean, not perfect, but I want it to be awesome. And the weapon sounds are, they're okay. They're not terrible, but they could definitely use some improvement. But some sound things that would be nice, that is also a kind of nitpicky, and some people might not think of, is in Day of Defeat, when you kill someone, there's an audio cue that you killed them. You can hear the the clink sound that makes that you got a headshot or a kill, and it's nice to know that you did that. It would also be nice if there was something make your name stand out whenever you did that on the little kill feed. Right now you blend in with everybody else, so you have no clue if you killed anybody. And this is not a super tactical game. This is a competitive kind of first-person shooter similar to Day Defeat. There's no tactical advantage to be keeping. If this was a more tactical game, or if they were going to have a tactical mode, something like that is fine. Go for it. But it's not. It's a a fairly fast-paced shooter. So let there be audio cues, or at least a visual cue, a very visual cue to letting you know, hey, you downed that person. Right now you have to shoot and physically look and like scan to make sure your name's up there saying, hey, you killed this person. Now on to the price. I didn't include this as a negative because I don't exactly know if it's a negative. A lot of people are saying that $24.99 is a little bit high for an early access game, and I can in many ways see where they're coming from, considering this game is not fully polished all the way yet. But like you saw in the very beginning, I paid $59 or something like that for this game to kickstart it, so I've already put in more than what you're gonna have to pay for it now, and you really have to consider it as an investment. I mean, as far as I know, this is Driven Arts as a studio's first game, so everything you do goes to help them and to make this game and eventually future projects hopefully for them. And if you pay for it now, like I said, they've been doing so many iterations on this game and improved on it so much. I think if you put in your money now, you're going to be getting like a $40 to $50 game for fairly cheap, for half off effectively. They already have a roadmap. I've already seen other maps for this game. I'm very confident this is going to be a decent shooter. But obviously that's my personal opinion, so you're going to have to judge what, $25 means to you. But guys, that's my opinion and take of the game. If you played it yourself, let me know what you think down in the comments, or if you haven't played yourself and you have some opinions on the game or its price, please also let me down in the comments. Also like and subscribe if you like these kind of videos, and check out some of my other videos, especially like Weapon Wars. A lot of people seem to like it. I don't know why, but I'm happy making it. But thanks for watching, and until next time, have a great one.